Guys, you're welcome back once again on my channel. So today I'm very excited. Okay, there is this particular top, a peplum top, that has been trending online. Last time I stumbled upon it on Pinterest. It is very nice. That dress, a peplum top, is a reversible pinafore peplum top. The peplum is 720 degree. Yeah, that is something to do with peplum. It has been trending. Okay, actually I don't really like something that is trending, all right, but this particular one catches my eyes. I say no, this one, dear, I have to sew it and also rock it. Okay, so that is the tutorial for today. uh it's reversible pinafore peplum with 720 degree peplum. Yeah, that is the tutorial for today. Okay, so guys, so I'll be using this fabric. Remember, it's a reversible, so I have this fabric. I'll be using this two fabric for this particular tutorial. All right, so now let's put this aside. So what we do first of all is to have to draft our pattern. What you need a basic bodice. If you have already drafted basic bodice, okay, I have one, but I decided to use this pattern paper. Please don't, guys, don't mind this my pattern. You can see I've do some patch up. All right, so for us to use for this particular tutorial. All right, so now the first thing I will do, okay guys, if this is your first time of coming into my channel, please kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get notified. All right, I upload videos every week. All right, so now let's get started without wasting much of our time, because this particular tutorial we are going to cut it and as well as the sewing section of it. So now I don't want this video to be too much lengthy. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is my pattern paper. I've already marked out this place. You can see this line. So this line will serve as my shoulder line or my starting line. Okay, now this particular pinafore, remember, it's a peplum top, so we're going to be needing our shoulder to waist measurement. But that shoulder to waist measurement, remember that pinafore actually is having a band, like 2 inches band or so. So that band also will serve as the belt, if I'm not mistaken. So now, so for us to get our shoulder to waist measurement, my shoulder to waist measurement is 17 inches, but I'm going to be subtracting 2 inches of that band from that my shoulder to waist, from the 17 inches I have. So okay, remember, so by the time we'll join our band, 2 inches band, it will correspond to that shoulder to waist, which is 17 inches. All right, so now 17 minus 2 inches, that will give us 15 inches, right? Okay, so now I'll go ahead and mark out my shoulder to waist, um which is 15 inches. So I'm going to be adding extra half inches. Okay, I'll add extra 1 inch for the joining. Remember, we're going to join the shoulder as well as joining the band. Okay, so you will need half inch for joining both the shoulder, so that will be 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and mark, so that is 16 inches. All right, actually it's supposed to be 15. Okay, it's supposed to be 15, but because you're going to needing half inch on both sides, so that will make it 16. So here I have my shoulder to waist measurement, which is 16 inches. Okay, so now after that, the next thing I'll do on this my starting line or my shoulder line, I'm going to be marking out my shoulder measurement, and my shoulder measurement is 16, sorry, which is 8. 16 divided by 2, that will give us 8 inches. All right, so I'll go ahead and subtract 1 inch, so I'll be marking 7 inch. So your shoulder to waist measurement divided by 2 the normal way we normally get our shoulder to waist. So you are going to subtract 1 inch. Remember, this pinafore, you don't want this shoulder to be um like hanging, or it to pop out, because there will be no sleeve. You understand? So you don't want that. Because of that, I have to come in, reduce the shoulder by 1 inch. So I'm going to mark my 1 inch here. So if I reduce it, I'll have 7. So I've marked out this 7 here. All right. So now after that, the next thing is for me to impute my neckline. And the neck width I'll be working on, I'll be using, I don't want it to be that wide, so I'll be using 3.5 for the neck width. So I'll be drafting both the front and back together on this paper. So now the back depth I'll be working, I have 2 inches. I'll be marking 2 inches for the back neck depth. So for the front, I'll be using 4 inches. All right. So this is for the front, and this is for the back. So now I'm going to, so this is the neck width here. This is for the front, and this is for the back. Okay, I'm drafting. You can see I'm managing my pattern. Don't mind me. Oh, sorry for that. All right, so from here I'll be coming down my shoulder slope. So I will mark 1/2 inch. So I'll connect for my shoulder slope. All right. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and connect this our shoulder line, this neckline. So this is for the back. So when I'm cutting, I'll go ahead and cut the back first, okay, before I'll cut the front. So now this is for the front neckline. This is for the front. All right, you can see I'm drafting both the front and back together. So now after this, now, so here for us to get that pinafore shape, it's more like a slanted this way. So what I'm going to do now, right now, is either you are going to use um your bust span measurement, your bust span divided by 2, normally the way we get our dart. So, or you divide your waist measurement by 4, whatever you got, you match. So now my bust span, I have 4 inches for my bust span. So I'm going to mark it like this. So after that, the next thing I'll do, I'll go ahead and connect. All right, I'll go ahead and connect like this for us to get that. You can see our pinafore is ready. So basically this is it for this pattern. Remember, the front, there will be opening. We are going to open the front, we slit it open, but the back will be on fold, no opening. All right, so after this, now I use 3.5 for my neck width. I don't want it to be that wide. You can use any neck width of your choice. You can use 4. So for the back neck depth, I used 2 inches. For the front, I used 4 inches. So now we're going to cut it out, so that we'll go ahead and transfer it on our fabric. Okay, let me cross check. Yes, so now I'll go ahead and, okay guys, so now you can see I first of all cut out the back neckline. So now this is my back pattern. I'll use this for the both pattern. So after I've cut on my fabric, so before cutting out the front pattern, then I will cut out my neck. Okay, my front neck. So now I will go ahead and, pinning it. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. All right guys, so I'm done cutting it. Okay, so this will serve as the back. Actually, I didn't add allowance here. I'm supposed to add maybe 1/2 inches for stitching allowance at this part, but I will leave it. Okay, so since I've cut it out already, I'm going to leave it like that. when I sew, it means that here will reduce a little bit, but it's still normal. But you can go ahead and add your half inch for sewing. So but for the front, I'll be adding um half inch on the folded part. So now I'm done. Okay, then I will remove my pin. Let me cut the front first. I'll show you guys how to cut the front, after which I'll go ahead and duplicate it on my other fabric. So now I'll go ahead and cut out the front neckline. So this is for the front, this is for the front neckline. So I'll do now. So I have my half inch here. So this is my half inch. For remember, I'll be slitting here, so I'll use it to turn. Already I didn't add here, so let me add it so it won't affect me that much. All right, so I'll go ahead and pin it. Go ahead and pin them. Okay guys, so I'm done pinning it. As you can see here, I added half inch here. I added half inch here. You know, remember the front will be having opening, so I'll use this half inch to turn this to sew this opening. Okay, remember I didn't add here, so that you know, since here we'll be having we'll have open, I have to sew here and here. If I didn't add, it's going to affect me. Okay, so now I'm only adding the half inch here because the back is on fold and I didn't add here, so I'm not going to add here as well, so that when I sew, the back and front will align together. So my only half inch I added only here, but when you are cutting your bar, you can decide to add here. All right, because I didn't add it from the beginning, right? So now I'll use this and I'll go ahead and duplicate it on my other fabric, so I will show us the next step. Okay guys, so right now I'm done photocopying it or duplicating the patterns. So this is what I have. I'm done cutting them out. So this is for the back. I have two pieces of different fabric, right? So this is it. So now this is for the front, all right? So I've done cutting it out. So now the next thing for us to cut out the peplum, we are going to, so I will set this aside for us to cut out the peplum. All right, so I'm going to put this aside now. So for us to cut out our 720-degree flare, you are going to divide your waist measurement by 2. So the waist measurement I have is 33 inches, so I'll go ahead and divide it by 2. That will give me 16.5. All right, so 16 and a half, that is my 33 inch. So 16 and a half for the front and 16 and a half for the back, totaling 33 inches. All right, but I'll be cutting, we are cutting. Okay guys, so you can see now I've cut it out, so I'll go ahead and cut another one of this. I will duplicate this again for the front. So I'm going to, so that is just the meaning. Okay, if you open this one now, it will not be enough. Okay, so I'll go ahead and duplicate it again. Okay, so okay guys, so now I'm done cutting everything out. I've duplicated the whole thing. So I have two of these. Remember, like I said, is we're cutting 720-degree flare, so it means 360 in two places. So actually this is for the front and this is for the back. Okay, normally if you're cutting 360-degree, this should go round the waist, but because it's 720, this is only for the front, so this is for the back. Okay, that is just the simple explanation to 720-degree flare. So now I have the two fabrics already cut out. So what I'm going to do, remember it's a reverse shape. Okay, I'll go ahead and slit them open one side. I'll open up this one. I've opened it up because we are going to be joining them to form one. We'll join them together to form one peplum. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and open the second one. Okay, so after opening it, I'll go ahead and pin it down. I'll pin it, or you can sew it, but for now let me pin it down. As I'm pinning it, means I'm going to join there with half an inch. All right, or less than half an inch, depending on how you're sewing. So 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 after pinning it, I'll do the same thing on the other fabric. Okay, so this flower fabric now, I'll open it up. So the second one, I'll open it up as well. After which I'll pin it like I did to the other fabric. So I'll pin it together or sew it together. We'll still sew it actually, but for now, I'm checking the right side. Okay, this is the right face. This fabric is not nice. You don't know which one is the right face and the wrong face. No, no, this is I was using. Yeah, this is the right face. Okay, finally, so I'm going to pin it. I have to go ahead and sew it. You just pin it. Okay, going to that will my front section off. My channel, I've posted on how to do that. How to get that off. So the curve now. So let me just do everything at once. Remember, it's a reversible. So one is serving as a lining or okay. So right side facing right side. Okay. So this is the right side. So and this one here is the right side. Okay, so now we are trying to get that curve, the curve at the front. You pick one of the sides. Okay, don't fold them together. After joining, you just pick one. So I'm going to be using this French curve to make the curve depending on how you want it. Okay, I mean you can use your free hand like this to make that curve. I think my free hand is even better than using the French curve. So like this, depending on how you want it, there are different way of curving, or you can use your French curve. Let me see. Okay, so let me use it to highlight it very well. Okay, guys. So now you can see the curve. See what I have. Okay. So the next thing you go ahead and curve it out. Remember the two fabrics. Okay. Look at the one under. So you place them one edge, pick one edge, right? Oh, guys, I forgot something. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the same thing. Sorry, guys, forgive me. The curve has to come to the both side. I forgot. I forgot to. I think the weather is getting hot. This place where I am is very hot. You can see how the fan is blowing. Here, you can't do without light or fan. If not, heat. If the sun hits your brain, even if you are inside, your brain will heat up. So I think I was about to get confused. So I forgot that this one is serving as the reversible. So this is how it should be. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so this is it. As you can see, hope you guys understand me. It's a paper on the front is open. Okay, so this is the front part. I'll do the same thing on the other side. The sun almost hit up my brain too. Thank God I'm back to track. So now I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, guys, I'm done with the curving of the peplum. I'm done with it, so we are done with this one now. Remember to curve the both sides. So now I've already cut out my band. Remember I said there will be 2 inches of band, so I have about 3 inches here. So I'll use half inch for joining the top and a half inch for joining the peplum down as well. So now you can see it's very long. You may be wondering why this is very long. Is this actually my waist measurement? No, 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 no. This is my waist measurement plus my belt. Remember the style, the inspiration for the style. So here in front, this is her waist. Okay, so you tie, so that is it. So now what I basically did was I cut out my waist measurement. Okay, 33 plus extra inches for belt. Okay, I want extra 15 inches on both sides, but I want the belt to be a little bit long. So I have about 60, 15 plus 15, that is 30, plus my 33 inches for my waist, that is 63. I have about 63 inches here. Okay, so by the time I will remove my 33, So on both side I will be left with 15 on both side. Okay, so like this, 15 inches is not that quite maybe you might be wondering, 15 inches is not too much for belt. No, it's just little. Okay, just here, have you seen, this is just the 15 inches. Okay, by the time I even sew, I'll be left with maybe 14, just something like this. So after the waist, so this is what you are going to have, you understand, to tie. Okay, so I've cut it on both fabric. See, this one is not enough, I have to join. So as you can join as many as possible, so far as you get your desired length, it doesn't matter. So now I've joined that one by this plain fabric. I was able to get the full without joining. So now, okay, after that, the next thing I'm going to do, remember, I'll be using this my gum stay or fusible, I don't know the English, is it the fusible pad or what, I don't even know. Or here, but where I am, this part of the country where I am, we'll call it some say it's stiff, but a stay. So this is the soft one. Okay, I'll be gumming it on my peplum, one side of the peplum. I'll just pick one side, maybe one fabric, one of this fabric. I will go ahead and iron it on it. So after which I will also do the same on this belt. Okay, I'm going to iron one part, not both side. Okay, just one of the side. All right, so it's soft one. Okay, you can use wording if you want it to stand properly. You can use the thick one or medium one, but this is the soft one. I think this is this, is it softest or what, I don't know. All right, so now I'll go ahead, I'll go offline, I will iron them, I will show you guys how it looks like, and we'll start the sewing process. Okay, sorry, I think I wasted enough time on this cutting. All right, be like that, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, guys, you can see I'm done turning. I am gumming this thing on it. My, you can see the effect is taking shape already. This is our 720-degree flare. Okay, so I've gone one part, one of the fabric. Okay, so what I will do next, I'll go ahead and you can see here, I'll place them right side facing each other like this. So I'm going to sew just the way we turn lining. Remember, if you know how to turn your lining with your peplum, it's just the same way. So I'll just go ahead, I'll place them right side facing each other, I'll sew it all round. Okay, so that is it for the flare. All right. Okay, then for the top bodies, so what I'm going to do right now, I'll go ahead. So remember, I'll sew them. So I'm going to join the shoulders. I'll first of all join both the shoulders together like this. I'll sew the shoulders down. Okay, so I'm pinning it, so the way I'm pinning it shows the way I'm going to sew. All right, so I'll first of all pin. I'll go off camera, then I'll sew it, but I'm just showing you guys how to sew it. So you go ahead and stitch here, join the both shoulders like this. So now join the shoulders, this is how it's going to look like when I've joined. So I'll do the same thing on the other fabric too. So this plain fabric, you join them right side facing this. It's always difficult to determine the wrong and right side of it. So now, so remember the front is open, so I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other fabric too. So like this, I'll join it. Okay, so now I've joined it. Okay, so after joining it, this is how it's going to look like. So now let me go ahead and join the shoulders first. So before I will show us how to join um, the side. Okay, okay, it's just simple. So let me join the shoulders first. Okay guys, so now I've done joining the shoulders together, so I've placed them on each other, right side facing each other. So now what I will do right now, go ahead and sew the neckline. Okay, so this is the neckline. You can see my fan is blowing. I said this place, hmm, very hot, so we can't do without fan. Okay, so sorry, pardon me for that. So what I will do right now, go ahead and sew round. This is the neckline, so I'll sew them all round. Remember, this is the front. Okay, so after sewing the neckline all round, I'm not going to be top stitching. I'll just give it a notch and a very good ironing. Okay, because this is not lining. Remember, it's a reversible. We can wear it on both sides, so I won't be top stitching. All right, so after sewing, I'll just give it a notch and iron it properly. Then I'm going to sew here, this down. Remember, here is the front, the opening. I'm going to sew it. So after which, I'll go ahead and sew here. So I will show us how to turn this part. All right, so let me go ahead and sew the neckline and this opening. Okay. Okay guys, so now as you can see, I'm done turning this is our peplum. I've turned it. So this is the other part of the fabric and this is it. So you can see the reversible. This is our 720-degree flare. You can see the effects. Okay, so now I'll set this aside. Remember, we have not finished with the upper part. Okay guys, so now after turning the neckline, then this is the front, like I said, the opening, the front opening. So after sewing it, so you turn it to the right side. We are about to close the side down, this shoulder part, the side, we are about to close it. So now just observe closely what I'm going to do. This fan, okay, oh, it's unfortunate I can't even turn it off because I can't stay without it. Here is very hot. Okay, now so guys, this is it. So after turning the neckline and you finish this place, this opening, the front opening, so you're going to turn it to um the right side. Okay, you can see I've turned it to the right side. So this is the wrong side, the inside, this is the wrong side. So you turn after turning it now. So you're going to, let's finish the parts. So observe what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold. I will roll it like this. I'm going to roll it to the other end. Okay, you can decide to pin here, you can decide to pin it, this opening. So you roll it to the other end. So you pick, you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pick here, then I'll turn it. I'm going to pick. So this is how to turn it. So you pick, you can see what I did. I hope you guys understood what I just did. Okay, okay, so let me repeat what I did again. All right, so after turning it, after sewing, you turn it to the right side. Okay, this is the right side. Let me pin this place. You can pin here. Let's pin it so that it won't disturb us. So you pin the front, let's say the zip line, for example. You can use this method when you want to sew your sleeveless top, if you want to have a nice finish for the sleeveless top. So now this is it. So this is how it's going to look like, the right face. So you're going to roll one side, you are going to roll. Oh god, this fan, oh, sorry guys. You're going to roll, you understand, you roll it, you roll it to the other end, to this side. So when you get here like this, then you flip, you pick it and pin, understand. So you pin it, you are going to sew from here, you sew it all round to the other side, after which you go ahead and pull it. So let's assume I'm done sewing it now. Okay, so after sewing it, so you pin, you're going to sew here down to this part. So after sewing, you put your hand here and pull it out. Okay, you're going to pull it out from here. So I'm going to repeat it on both sides. After that, the same thing, you you place it, you open it up again, understand? When you open, you can see the other part is not yet done, then you repeat the same process. Okay, so you roll it and you pick it and pin. You can see it's inside now. So after sewing, you are going to pull it from here. You can see the opening here. You pull your hand and pull it out. Okay, okay guys, so now I've sewn it. So like I'm done sewing it, so I went ahead to give it a notch. So after notching, you can see the hole here. You put your hand like this, you pull it out. So you are going to pull it. So you see, I'm pulling it out. Okay, okay, so I've pulled it out. So this is how you can see here. You can see we have a nice finishing. See, this is how it is. So we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So this time we are going to roll the one you have sewed. So that is what the one you are going to roll. After rolling it, where you get here, so you pick it from under and from, you see, so you're going to match it, the right side facing each other like this, and repeat the same thing. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, okay guys, so after turning it, the next thing I will do right now is to locate the midpoint. So you can see what I have here. I'm done finishing the sides. Okay, so you can see how nice and beautiful it is. So I'll go ahead and locate the midpoint. This is the back uh, body, so I'll go ahead and locate the midpoint. So I'm going to notch it. This is the midpoint. Okay, so you know that the midpoint for the front, there is no need for us to notch, because already the opening is having opening. So this opening is the midpoint, as you can see now. So this is the midpoint because of the opening. So now for us to attach our band, so what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and place it and fold it into two. So when I fold it by two, remember this band including my waist measurement and the belt as well. So this belt is inclusive. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fold it by two. I'll give it a notch to locate the midpoint. Okay, so this notch here, so this is the midpoint. This will serve as the back, midpoint for the back. So for me to locate the midpoint for the front on this band, so what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and measure my waist. So my waist measurement divide by two, that is I have a 33, which is 16.2. I'll go ahead and mark it. So here is my 16.2. I'll give it a notch. So this will serve as my front midpoint. And yeah, our front midpoint. So now for us to attach the band now, so here you can see this fabric. So I'll go ahead and place it, the center back. This is the center back, so this place is the center front. Okay, so I'll be placing here like this on the center back with the fabric facing each other. You're going to match it, the same fabric facing each other. So like this, I'm going to pin it. This part is very tricky. If you are not, you don't pay attention, you are going to get confused. Okay, so I'll pin it. So after pinning here, okay guys, so remember, like I said, after pinning it, so this, you can see what I have pinned, the back. So now this is the center front. Remember, the center front is opening. There is opening here. So on this band, this is the center front where I notched. Okay, so I'm going to place it like this, the right side facing um, this fabric facing this fabric. So I'm going to place it, pick one of the front parts and pin. Okay, so I'm going to pin it. So that is it for this part of the band. This is it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll pick this part, the front, the way I notched on the front part. I'm also going to place it like this. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pin. I'm going to pin it. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so So I've pinned it. So this is it. This is what I have. I want to check. Yes, I'm correct. I'm right now. So after pinning the this fabric, so I'll go ahead and pin. For me to pin the other fabric now, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'll pick this band, the other fabric for the band. I'll locate the midpoint. Okay, this is where I've notched for the midpoint. So I'm going to place the right side. You can see this is the other fabric now. So I'll place the right side of that fabric where I've notched. So I'm going to place it facing this fabric. Okay, you see when I was pinning the other side, I pinned facing this fabric, but this time I'm going to so be pinning this one on it. You can see here. So I'll place it the midpoint. So I'm going to be pinning it like this. So I'll go ahead and pin it. Okay, because I want to sew them once. So that is why you can go ahead and sew one after the other. Maybe after sewing this one you have pinned, then you come back and place this one and sew. But I want to sew them together. That is why I'm repinning it. Okay, like this. I want you guys to see how I'm doing that. So I'm still pinning it. You are going to pin it all round. Okay, you're going to pin it all round. You can see I'm pinning it all round. So this is how I'm going to sew it. You can see now pin here. Oh my goodness. So I'll pin it all round. Okay, I'll go ahead and sew. I'll go ahead and sew it all round. Okay, like this. I'll sew them. So you can see here I folded 1/2 inch, just the normal way we attach our skirt. You attach your band on your skirt or your tra or anything, the way we attach band. So that is the same way I folded the 1/2 inch. Make this 1/2 inch because I'm going to use it when I attach my peplum. I'm going to use it to cover it. Okay, so that is the reason why I folded that part. So now, so okay guys, so I'll go off camera now to sew it just the way I've pinned it. I'm going to sew. So after sewing, this is how it will be. You can see here it's going to be like this. So after sewing it, it's going to be like this. Okay, so it's going to be like this. This is how it's going to look like. You see, so you can see here it's nice, it's neat, as well as this part. You understand? So that is the reason why we are doing that. So I'll go ahead and sew it all around, after which we are going to attach our peplum here. Okay, so I'll be right back. So guys, I'm done turning it. So this is what I have. This is not easy. Sewing ironing is too much. You have to iron and iron and iron. So this is what I have. Okay, I've ironed. You can see. So this is the other side. So here I'll be using this part to attach my peplum. So just like the way we attach our band. So the first thing I will do right now is to go ahead and locate the midpoint of my peplum. Okay, so I'm going to locate the midpoint. As you can see here, this is the midpoint where I've joined them. Remember, we cut it to and 362 flares, so it's having joining at this middle part. So that will serve as my midpoint for this peplum top. All right, so now this peplum, what the next thing now I'll do, remember the midpoint for the back. Okay, so here, so that joining, that place, this midpoint now will be here. So from this part, okay, let me adjust this camera well. So now from this part, okay, here I'll be using here to join, to sew. So now this color of fabric, this is the midpoint, the joint part. So I will go ahead and attach it like this. Okay, right side, this fabric facing this fabric. Now everything is on the right side. So this is the last part of this tutorial. So now go ahead and place it this way. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do here. I'll go ahead. Sorry if my camera position is not that well. I'm so sorry. Okay, maybe it's the nature of my cutting table. So here, so I'll go ahead. This fabric now, you see, this fabric with this fabric, everything is turned to the right side. So this is just the last part to close it up. So here, this is the midpoint. I'll go ahead and place it. So I'll be placing it like this. If you know how to join um band on a skirt or in a tra, this is just the same way. So I'll go ahead and pin everything. Remember the side, remember here. So here now is the midpoint for the front, where this one stop will serve as the midpoint. Okay, that is the midpoint. So here I'll go ahead and notch it. So I'm trying to make it straight so that when I join, I'll have everything, you see. Yeah, so now go ahead and pin it. So I'll pin it here, this part now. I will match it here. This part will be here, because you don't want here to be different from here. You want everything to align on the same line. You want everything to align. Okay, so that is the reason for this plenty notching and tucking. So now, okay, so I'll go ahead and pin every. If you have excess, as you can see, I'm having a little excess, I can decide to fold it, to pleat it. Okay, it will even form more effect. You can see I'm having a little bit of excess. Don't worry, no problem, just pleat it like this. Just pleat it. Okay, it will even give your flare more fuller effect. It will give it more effect. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and pin. This is what I will do all round. I will do them all round. So let me stop here and view it. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, let me make sure everything is aligned. Yeah, you can see they are on the same page. So now, after that, let's assume I'm done pinning. Okay, so I don't want this video to be too lengthy already. I don't know how many minutes it is already, how lengthy it is. So after that, the next thing I will do, and this peplum top is ready. After sewing, I will go ahead and sew here. So I'll sew this one now after sewing it. So now let's assume I'm done sewing. So how do I cover it up? Just like this, you see. So now I will be, for me to finish off the belt, I'm going to fold. You see, the same way I will fold the belt like this. I'll just fold it like this and finish it up. You can see I'm going to finish it up like this. You can see how it's nice. That is the reason why I folded this ½ inch inside. So you can see I'll go ahead and make a top stitch. So the top stitching will finish the whole thing. So here now on this part, you can as well fold it in. See, you fold it in and sew. You can fold it in like this. So now you are sewing it on top stitching. So you just finish the whole thing. So after this now, our peplum top is ready. This is just the remaining part for this top to be super ready, and for us to rock it. We're going to rock it on our track. Okay, so guys, let me quickly finish it up. I will come and show us the finished look. Okay, stay tuned. Hey guys, so this is the finished look of our pinafore with 720-degree peplum. This is our reversible pinafore with 720-degree peplum. Okay, so this is it. This is the finished look. This is the one side of the fabric. Okay, all right guys, so if you find this tutorial helpful, please kindly give this video a thumbs up. All right, you can comment, share. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. All right, you can share this video as well. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit notification bell. All right, so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get notified. All right guys, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.